Good afternoon. You're with me, Tanima Biswas, and you're watching Mirror at 1. Our top story. Prime Minister Modi's Chennai visit has sparked a fresh row as far as the centre and states are concerned, and this time it's about the language debate. In the latest, BJP leader Annamalai has slammed Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Stalin for bringing up issues like the language row while sharing stage with Prime Minister. Remember, on Thursday at a Chennai event where Prime Minister Modi was also present, Stalin had in fact demanded that Tamil language should be upgraded to the rank of an official language at par with Hindi. Following this, of course, there has been reaction coming in as we saw the BJP there being critical of Stalin raising this point while sharing stage with Prime Minister at that event in Chennai. On the other hand, Tamil Nadu Minister Manu Thangaraj has criticized Union Transport Minister for insulting Tamilians. The State Minister alleged that the Union Minister remained seated when the Tamil invocation song was being played out. Let me go across to my colleague Dharani for more on this. Dharani, we can see that this is, of course, a war of words about the language row, which has escalated further. Today, we've seen a number of reactions coming in from both sides, strongly criticizing each other. The one side, of course, saying that, the Tamilians have in fact been insulted at that event, raising the point about Nitin Gadkari not standing up for that invocation song. But on the other side, the BJP is saying, why raise this issue while the PM had come for an official visit?
In fact, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister made 5 demands to the Prime Minister during the event, and one of those demands was that of Tamil should be made as an official language on par with English, and it should be made as an official language at the Madras High Court and Madurai bench of the Madras High Court. So this particular demand from Tamil Nadu Chief Minister has snowballed into a controversy now, with State BJP President Annamalai coming out and tweeting that Chief Minister is trying to play petty politics, and Annamalai has also told that he was ashamed and appalled by the act of the Chief Minister. So these are some very serious, words that we are seeing from Annamalai. But meanwhile, on the other side, Tamil Nadu's Minister for Information and Technology, Manu Thangaraj, has put out a tweet yesterday night telling that Union Minister Nitin Gadkari has insulted Tamilians and hurt the sentiments of the Tamil people by not standing up for Tamil Thai Valtu. Here in Tamil Nadu, we have a rule that was put by the government that whenever Tamil Thai Valtu is being played, everyone should stand up, just like what we just like we do for national anthem. So when the event started yesterday, Tamil Thai Valtu was played, and everybody who were present at the event, including the Prime Minister and all those who joined the event through online, they all stood up for the song. But what we saw was that Minister Nitin Gadkari, he was remaining seated as the song was playing. So Manu Thangaraj has come out and criticized this openly in a social media platform, telling that the minister was deliberately trying to insult Tamilians and hurt the Tamil sentiments. So we are looking at two different incidents that are turning out to be controversies, and these are being widely discussed in the state of Tamil Nadu. In fact, Health Minister Mahasubramanian, 1 hour before, he put out a tweet telling that Tamil Nadu will extend their hand for friendship, but raise their voices for their rights. So this can also be considered as a reply for Annamalai's tweet as far as this controversy is concerned. But at until this point in time, this is turning out to be a language row between the state and centre, as we see very frequently happening.
Right, Dharani, thank you so much for joining us with that on-ground perspective of what's going on. I'm also joined on the show to discuss this further by Mr. T.S. Chandrasekhar, spokesperson for the BJP, and also by Mr. Vikraman R., spokesperson of the VCK, who's an ally of the ruling DMK in Tamil Nadu. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us on this show today. Coming to you first, Mr. T.S. Chandrasekhar, what we have in fact seen from the BJP today is criticism of, the fact that Stalin raised this point while sharing stage with Prime Minister at an official event. But is that just a formality in terms of finding faults on technical grounds? This is an issue which has been raging in Tamil Nadu for quite some time. This language debate keeps coming back between North and South. We saw how the film stars were debating it just a few days back. And now this is a demand which the Chief Minister has raised, and probably he thought it was an opportune moment for him to talk about it. What's your objection to that?
Madam, first of all, good afternoon and thanks for having me, and good afternoon to my fellow panelists. Number one is, BJP as a political party, and we are very clear, before that, the South India has its own culture, traditions and thought. Whenever some guests, they come from outside, we always respect them with greetings. So any issues are there, we'll address later. So, but just for political purpose, just to take a mileage of Prime Minister's visit, so rising of the island issue or Hindi or GST or NEET tax deduction, at this particular time, it was not needed. As our Annamalai BJP state president said, the island was given in 1974 by Indira Gandhi. So DMK was also a part of the Congress for a very long time. So just for the first time, Prime Minister Modi was coming to Chennai, to Tamil Nadu, and he's doing such a big development projects. I think this was, for this time, it was not necessary, number one. Number two is about Information Minister, Mr. Manoj Tangarajan, about Nitin Gadkari sir's thing that during the state national anthem that he did not raise. I think he should have a little thought process, thinking and taking into consideration Shri Nitin Gadkari's age or his health or his work. So these are the issues which should not become a national issue, state issue, and they should not use this type of petty things for politics. See, Prime Minister clearly said Tamil language is eternal and global. So from Chennai to Canada, he said, Namakkal to New York. See, everywhere the culture has spread. So that culture is the culture of India. So we are all one. Right. We have to go ahead. So dividing ourselves and making small issues of language or any devolution of taxes, these are not needed, madam. We have to build nation. Thank you.
Right. Mr. Vikraman, taking the question to you there, Mr. Chandrasekhar believes it's petty politics. How do you respond?
What is petty politics? We demanding our shareful right is not petty politics. We bring the Tamil Nadu, we bring the Prime Minister of India to our state to demand what we need, actually, or what is our rightful share. We have been contributing to the total GDP of this country, which is 9.22%. I'm talking about Tamil Nadu share. And in total tax collection, it is 6% for Tamil Nadu, from Tamil Nadu. And in export, it is 8.4% from Tamil Nadu. In textiles, it is 19.4% from Tamil Nadu. In car export, it is 32.5% from Tamil Nadu. In leather, it is 33% from Tamil Nadu. What are we getting in return as our share? It is just 1.21%. That was what our Chief Minister is supposed to say in front of the Prime Minister. We have been demanding the exemption of our state from NEET entrance examination, which is actually being deadly for our marginalized students. We want to study in medical courses without any hurdles. We are demanding this for ages and ages. And the union government is is keeping on rejecting our demands. So it is the Chief Minister is finding it as a right time to demand this straight away to the Prime Minister when he is in the stage sharing his dais. This is what the Chief Minister is supposed to do. We want our Kachativu back from Sri Lanka, which has been seceded to the country, to the foreign country without any consent from the Tamil Nadu government or the Tamil Nadu State Assembly or the cabinet for that matter. So
but Mr.
this
Vikraman, is there a better way
share.
to go about this? I understand you may have valid demands. Nobody's questioning that. But is that
No,
the right way to go about it?
I did not finish it. Please give me one more minute, Tanima. One more thing. And also he was saying language is a petty issue. It might be a petty issue for him from the BJP, but for us, language is our life. Because that is related to our livelihood, that is related to our self-respect, that is related to our dignity, and that related to our rights, rightful share and everything. Because we want our Tamil language to be the official language of our Chennai High Court and also the Madurai wing of Chennai High Court. Whereas Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Bihar and Uttar Pradesh states have Hindi as their official languages in their respective high courts. What is stopping the union government from making our language an official language? This is a very rightful and very logical demand from the state chief minister to the prime minister. Then who else can ask this demand to the prime minister on behalf of our state people? That is the rightful dais. That is the proper way. That is the proper way we are doing it.
Is the dais the right way to do it? You know, when the Prime Minister is attending an official event, he's come for a certain function. Is that the right way to go about it, you feel? Shouldn't there have been better tact shown by the Chief Minister?
Okay, Tanima, we have been approaching the union government through several other channels. For example, take this NEET issue. We have sent our state bill to the governor to pass it to the president. He had been sitting on that bill for so many months. We had to go to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court had to intervene. And also, we had to approach the Prime Minister. We had to pressurize the governor so that he will send the bill to the president. Now, the bill is in the Union Government's court. The very cabinet who is headed by our Honorable Prime Minister is going to take the decision on that bill. So the Prime Minister has been asked, this is the right place. Where else we'll go and ask? And also, what is this procedure you're talking about? I don't understand. The state chief minister is asking for his state's rights in front of the people to the Prime Minister. That is the rightful thing for any chief minister to do. See, they are afraid because they are not used to such chief ministers asking rightfully their share, standing up front in front of the Prime Minister, demanding for our own rights. It is new to them because they have seen chief ministers not so outspoken and not so rightful. It is new to them. That is why they are afraid. And also, in other states, they are talking about the petty politics like temple politics, mosque politics, and religion politics and everything. But our state is talking about what? We are talking about development. We are talking about our taxes. We are talking about our growth, our language. So this is all new to them. This is what
Mr.
the state chief minister should do.
Right,
Yes, madam.
right. Mr. Chandrasekhar, taking the question to you now. They are trying to say, DMK and its allies are trying to say that we don't want to put the Prime Minister at the spot. It's not about that. It's about raising valid issues, raising valid demands that they have been making for quite some time. And what's the problem in raising this while at a podium where the Prime Minister is present in front of the people? He can speak his mind, and the Chief Minister is talking about something which has been raised in the past as well. It's not something which is coming as a bolt from the blue. This is not a new, fresh demand which is being raised right now. So what's the issue? Why can't the Chief Minister speak his mind in front of the people at a stage where the Prime Minister is also present? He's the topmost official, who can address these issues directly. Why not raise it in front of him?
Tarima, thank you. So, see, one important thing I want to clarify is Mr. Vikraman, when he said he gave the statistics, Tamil Nadu contributes so much. It's great. Even Maharashtra, Karnataka, every state of India contributes to make India as a nation grow big, strong, and full-fledged overall development. So we have to grow as a nation. That is number one. Number two is about petty things. When I said within quote, petty means there are issues which we have to take up. There are issues which we should not take up. See, language is one issue. Yes, it is very sensitive, but there is a particular time frame and a particular place. For example, if Tamil Nadu Chief Minister had taken a all-party delegation to Delhi, met Prime Minister Modi, Narendra Modi sir, and told, see, we want clarification, issue with Hindi or GST. GST, every time it is through consensus, all the issues are sorted out. Then NEET, a tax deduction, or about the island issue, which in the Congress party had given to Sri Lanka, that would have been much more better. So just you're trying to use his visit only for political purpose, that is bad. That's why when our Tamil Nadu state chief, BJP chief, K. Annamalai said, see, our culture is let us respect the leader who is coming to our state, then we could have, the chief minister could have planned it and they could have done it. So I have that's why when Prime Minister Modi, Narendra Modi sir said, he said the language, Tamil language is eternal. It is connected language. From Malaysia to Indonesia to everywhere in the world, it has its own place. It is not, see, development or any other things are different issue, but every language has its very greatness, and I respect our BJP as a political party, respect it, but there was this was not the time, but it should have been done in different time, madam.
Right. This is, of course, a debate which will go on for some more time. I'm sure this is not the last word that we have heard on it. But T.S. Chandrasekhar and Vikramanar both have made very valid, cogent points reflecting their sides and point of view on this. Thank you so much for joining us on this discussion.